Welcome to week 6. Hope you're doing well. Hope that you are starting to catch your breath because we are almost there. You have this week, and then next week is it. And so I wanted to talk with you just a little bit about your final. For those of y'all that have read the syllabus, you are very well aware that it is going to be something a little bit more creative, a little bit more outside the box. When it comes to a final, it's not going to be the traditional study, prepare application from the standpoint of that traditional type of exam. If you've had me before, you are very well aware of the movie project. I do this quite frequently within class. Why? Because I want you to have a break from studying from all your other exams, as well as I am very big into the application. I want to know not only that you know the content, I want to know how you would express it. Being able to bring the content and the field to the class is extremely important. And so the project is going to be pick a movie. It can be any movie. Usually a lot of times I get questions, Brady, can you pick my movie? I'm like, I want you to be able to pick that. I always say, go with your favorite movie. As long as it falls within something around a couple, something around marriage, something around family, something around children, something around parenting, something around one of those dynamics. And again, that basically covers just about everything. And so you're going to pick a movie, you're going to write a paper of the individual that is in that's in the movie. That is going to be the participant. You're going to write about what is taking place in the movie. You're going to give me a synopsis of the movie, why you chose it, the participant that you're going to be counseling and or participants, what's taking place, and then how do you plan on helping them? What theory and or theories, what techniques, what is it that you're hoping to anticipate? What are the goals? What are the objectives? And I really want you to unpack your what. What is it that you're wanting to do? Why is it that you're wanting to do that? And then how you plan on doing that. Again, I want that in APA formatting, abstract summary. I want that APA title page, references. And as a result of that, I want you to have that ready in week 7. I will open that up come a week from tomorrow, which will be the Monday of the 7th week. So you have the opportunity of working on that. And you can feel free to work on that now. Again, whatever movie that looks like. Again, I want a half a page to a page of a synopsis of what the movie is, what it's about, what's going on. Now, when I've had students in the past, when they've stubbed their toe, they have stubbed their toe over the area that they spend too much of their paper telling me about what the movie is about. And they don't spend enough time telling me how they plan on helping the individual. I'm more interested in how you plan on helping the individual. Just give me enough, just in case I have not seen the movie, I'm not aware of what's taking place, I don't know the dynamics, so at least I understand as I'm reading your paper of how you're planning on helping them. It gives me some context. And so that is the final. I hope it's going to be fun. I hope it kind of decompresses some of what you may be anticipating with just everything else that you have going on, not only in this class, but other classes as well. And so as a result of that, that will be your final week 7. Week 6, I wanted to create a case study for you. And that's really what this is going to be. I know you've got a couple more chapters to read. I wanted this opportunity for us to start landing the plane. And as we prepare for week 7 and that case study, I wanted you to have the opportunity of practicing, putting the ball in the tee and then crushing it as a result of that, not only in this class, but as you start to prepare and think about all the things that await for you in the field, knowing that, guess what, you're around people constantly, and because of that, you're being inundated with people's problems, with people's perspectives. And you probably have run into people saying, hey, I understand the field that you're in. Hey, here's the situation I have. I remember one time I was in graduate school, and we went to one of my wife's best friend's wedding, and I hadn't finished graduating yet, but somebody that I hadn't seen from my hometown in a long, long time, and somebody that I really didn't feel like I had that great of connection with, but stopped me kind of in the foyer and said, "Hey, I hear that you're studying to be a counselor. I've got this going on. Can you help me?" And I'm just kind of at awe and kind of taken back, thinking, "Oh dear, what do I do?" kind of things. And so, people are in need. It's been a while. It's intensified since then, and as a result of that, emotional and mental health have become significantly on the map. As much as physical health, I don't know if it's quite there yet. And again, I don't know. I haven't looked at that statistically. Maybe it is. But I think not only the physical health, but the emotional and mental, but also the spiritual health, making sure that we help people get healthier spiritually. And I hope you all had a great Easter. I hope you all had a great Good Friday. I hope you all had a great weekend. I probably should have opened with that, so I do apologize. So here's the study. It is Barry and his wife Julie have been married 10 years. He gets to work from home. She doesn't. She's in corporate America, and she does really well for herself. They have a 7-year-old little girl that's their only girl, their only child, and the little girl is homeschooled. They bring a teacher to come in the home and teach her while he's working and while she's gone. Now, she doesn't get home till late, so he puts her to bed. He has dinner with her, and then as soon as she's in bed, about that time the wife gets home. They have dinner together, but the wife is really upset because the idea that she's not getting that intimate motherly connection bond. The opportunity of what she makes, she doesn't really feel that the wife doesn't feel like she can give up at this particular point in time because of the financial security. Even though they have had conversations about how she could resign, come home, be stay-at-home mom, homeschool her daughter. She would love to, but the financial freedom that she gets from her job, she doesn't feel like she can. What you've come to understand is the time that mom is home, because dad works Monday through Friday in the house, but on Saturday mornings he's gone, and even some Saturday evenings he's gone. And so the Saturday evenings that he's gone and the mom's home, the daughter is not happy that the mom is home to try to put her to sleep. And as a result of that, it causes strife. So as a result of that, you have the dynamic of this interwoven connection between husband and wife, husband and daughter, mother and daughter. And because of that, also even the teacher and dad and teacher and mom and teacher and daughter. So in that, you see all the complexities of this. And as a result of that, these two couple, the husband and wife, come to see you because of their friction, because of everything that's going on. And so in this, for your week 6 discussion, I want you to take and dissect this very complexity. I want you to tell me, who would you be counseling? Well, Brady, you just told me the husband and wife come in together. Yes. But in that, would you just see husband by himself? Would you see wife by herself? Would you see them by themselves individually in hopes to bring them collectively and then bring the daughter in? Would you see the daughter by herself? Would you see the husband and the daughter? Would you see the mom and the daughter? Who would you see? And why? And not only that, but how would you engage in their lives, to walk alongside them, to impact their lives? How would you help them? What would be some of the questions that you would ask them? Would you come at it for more of a directive? You know what? Do you make enough money? Yes, you do. Okay, therefore you should quit your job because that's really what you want to do. And as a result of that, you get to stay at home. And so is that kind of your style as a counselor? Because there are those who counsel from that kind of normality. Do you take a more non-directive approach to the point of helping them come to the conclusions as a result of that, making sure that they are able to move forward based upon the conclusions that they make? Well, Brady, I don't know. Well, these are some of the questions that we need to ask. What type of counselor are you? Well, Brady, what kind of counselor are you? Well, it kind of depends on the situation. Kind of depends on the ebb and flow of the situation. There's times where I'm very directive. Do I ever give advice? Very rarely. Very rarely. But am I directive? Absolutely. Absolutely. In the extent of the way I go about being non-directive. Well, Brady, that sounds very contradictory. It can. But the idea of the intensity that I give and the extent of helping people come up with the resolve of what they're needing. I remember having an individual, a professional, coming in one time after we'd been doing some family counseling, and he said, Brady, I know your philosophy, but I really just need an answer. Can you give me this answer? I said, well, let's unpack it. And so I started asking questions. And again, Brady, I understand where you're coming from. Can I get a yes or no? What would the yes give you? What would the no give you? And part of me asking this very question, not only as you prepare for the case study to write discussion board 6, but also for you to start thinking through, how do you write your final? Even though this discussion board's not going to be anything as intense or in depth as your final paper will, but also hopefully it will be is a rough draft, a short copy, a snapshot, if you will, about what that final will look like, to help you prepare for week 7, but also to the extent of thinking through, what kind of counselor am I? Am I the one that gives guidance to the extent of giving the answer? Hey, you don't need to do that. You need to do this. Are there times where that's appropriate? Yes. When? You get to determine that. When is that time appropriate? When is that time appropriate? So, as you answer this question, introspectively looking internally, saying, what kind of counselor do I want to be? Do I want to be the one that kind of sits back, asks a lot of questions, helping people come to that conclusion, to the point because of the question I'm asking? Or am I the type of counselor that, no, I give the answers? They come and then not only that, but if whatever direction they come from, what are the consequences, the good, the bad, and the ugly, based upon whatever philosophy I come from? Is there? And if I'm not aware of that, then as a result of that, that can be a concern. I need to know the positives and negatives of coming from both perspectives. Why? Because I weighed the options, and as a result of that, I understand why I do what I do. Other people may not be aware of why I do what I do, but I want to be aware of why I do what I do. Why? Because it will help us as a counselor individually, but not only that, but as you start having other people sit in and training other counselors, if that's something that you want to do, or as you start instructing and teaching and professing, if that's something you want to do, you understand that when you are met with somebody who asks you, well, why are you doing that? That's a terrible way of doing that. Okay. Enlighten me. And you can hear their perspective, and you're like, well, you know what? That's fair. But even though that's fair, it's not the way I'm wired. That's not the way I feel my calling is, in the way that God has called and designed and wired me. So this is all. Your 2 chapters. You've ran hard. You've done many papers. Your case study's been awesome. Your resolves have been awesome. Your discussion boards have been awesome. Now, as a result of that, I want to create a short discussion within the case study that pushes you towards week 6 discussion board, so that you can conclude that and prepare you for week 7. Week 7, again, final, and that's it. It's been a pleasure. It's been an honor. I can't wait to see your thoughts, how you plan on resolving, who you plan on helping within this case study, and just all the other complexities that come along with that, okay? Tell me your what, your how, and your why within resolving this very case study that I talked about. Have a great weekend. Have a great week. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine upon you, be gracious to you. May the Lord lift his countenance on you and give you peace in your week 6. May God bless you. See you in week 6. Bye.